When I was 12 years old, I started collecting notebooks. I would write in them vigorously every day and night, and then stop mid-writing, trying to switch my perspective, then end up tearing up the page and throwing it away. I did this almost ritualistically for years. Write, stop, observe, and then most of the time, erase. I would lie there in my bed and try to imagine what these notebooks would look like to a rock writer who found them after I died. I hadn't always done this, though. Up until I was 12, I had written music with no filter. Up to that point, music was, unconsciously, an extension of my play. I rode my bike, played with dolls, and played guitar. I guess there was a switch when I was 12 because I started performing in my punk band. What I was trying to do was write like the musicians I admired, but I was censoring myself based on an arbitrary standard. I really just thought I wasn't rock star enough, so I'd write, stop, observe, and erase. Come 3 years later, I'm still in my room, and it's a lot messier. I had released an album, owned a real pair of Doc Martens, and I was sick of creating something only to tear it down the next minute in my mind. I thought about it, and the whole reason I liked punk rock in the first place was because it was created to demolish any standards that may have seemed outdated or unfair. I liked it because, to me, punk rock was metaphorically stealing cookies from the cookie jar behind your mother's back. It was mischievous, childish, and liberating. The fact that I would put pressure on myself to live up to a punk idol standard was completely ironic, and a switch was flipped. The switch was the realization that by putting pressure on myself to live up to a standard outside myself, I was crumbling my creativity. Being concerned with my own authenticity kept me from being authentic. This whole time, I'd been writing from my perspective, as my influences had been writing from theirs. After the switch was flipped, I stopped stopping myself after writing every chorus, and I started letting that kid inside me back out again. Since the formation of this idea, I've accomplished so many of the goals I used to write about in those very journals. Just the other day, I had my first full-on, backstage, VIP, buffet-style meal. It wasn't caviar, but it's the little things. I'm happy, and that's a big thing. I feel like I've turned on a faucet for my creativity, and that's a really big thing. I see glimmers of progress towards my music career, and I feel rewarded with connections I can make with audiences now that I've overcome what seemed like this fog of unreasonable insecurities. There's a saying that's often used in the punk community, and it was even a name of an EP by one of my favorite bands, Sonic Youth. It's "Kill your idols." The way I take that is break them down, make them human, these big rock stars in your mind, these big idols, if they're causing you to put pressure on yourself. If the people you see in magazines make you stop, observe, and want to erase, kill your idols. Stop the door-to-door salesman in your mind selling you templates of people you could be, people you compare yourself to, and notice this operation of self-doubt. If we were all to take the buildup of pressure we put on ourselves and just hold it in our hands, hold it there understanding the amount of raw power that pressure has. Hold it there knowing we control it, that we've created it, and that we can just as easily harness it. We could then put the power that pressure has towards magnifying our voices in the universe. Thank you.